I'm not gonna lie. I was really hoping Oliver would have said that line from Taken. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Arrow Season 4, Episode 15, Taken. And yes, Oliver's son is kidnapped. We saw in the last episode, and oh shit, Oliver's going to do everything in his power to save his kid. And okay, maybe with a little bit of help with some other power. So let's get talking about this episode. First of all, we got Oliver, and he gets the news about his kid right in the beginning of the episode. We see him and Felicity in a parking lot, and Dark comes out of nowhere and hands him a photo or video footage of William captured, and this really gets things going. They don't waste any time setting anything up. They're like, nope, here's the footage. The rest of the episode is just amazing from here on out. I mean, this episode was so intense. The action was cool. The interactions with all the characters were really cool. It gave me everything I really wanted from this episode, plus more. I think this episode actually turned out a lot better than what I was expecting. And also the inclusion of Vixen was a really nice addition. As someone who's never seen the animated Vixen web series, because unfortunately CW Seed does not provide Canada with an app to see it, so I don't know what happens in that series, how Oliver and Barry met. I know some of the details, I just don't know. I haven't seen that series. But from what I've seen in this episode, I really like the character of Vixen. I think she is a great, strong character, and I'm hoping to see her again. And it also had me wondering, why the hell doesn't Vixen have her own live action series on the CW? I mean, this would be a great character to have, as part of the CWDC lineup, I think, of all these great superheroes. I think she was a great character. She really held her own. And I wanted to see more of this character. And there are possible rumors that Vixen could show up in The Flash. If not this season, maybe next season, who knows. I hope to see more of her because I had a lot of great fun seeing her powers, how they would portray that, and they really did a great job. That she doesn't turn into the animal, but she gains their power, or not power, but she gains their skills, the animal skills that animal would require. So if she turned into a bird, right, she would fly, or if she turned into I guess it was a panther, she would be very agile, or a gorilla, she would be very strong. So that was cool, and it was really great to see how the characters found out Damian Darhk's weakness. They found out because Vixen had a totem on her neck that what is where her powers originate from. They realized, thanks to Lance, that Dark also has something similar to that. So it was great now to even out the playing field. We also get some really good interaction with Thea and Merlin, and obviously Thea kind of confronts Merlin, and says, were you the one that gave Dark the information about Oliver's son? And he denies it. The son of a bitch lies about it. And so obviously he's caught red-handed by the end of it, and at the end of the episode, and this kind of cements it even more for me that maybe Thea is going to be the one in the grave. I wouldn't be surprised unless Malcolm does something to really redeem himself and he's the one that gets killed. Because at this point, Malcolm is a really hated character and he's doing nothing to redeem himself at this point. And what would make Oliver hate Malcolm even more if Thea dies and Malcolm doesn't do jack shit to, keep his daughter alive like he claims to over here. I think at this point he's just making up excuses just to not die himself. I think he would throw Thea under the bus if he really had to, because he kind of showed that not too long ago. And I think he would still do it today, and he will do anything as long as he's the survivor. So I really have a feeling Malcolm is going to be the big bad again in season 5. I think, originally the producers thought this was going to be a 5-year journey, and I think they're sticking to that. I think they'll go beyond season 5, but I think they'll finish off their plans, especially with the flashbacks. I think the flashbacks will end next season, and then season 6 will be the first season to not have no more flashbacks. I think they are going to make Merlin the villain for the 5th season. We'll have to wait and see, but that's what my gut feeling is saying about that right now. I really like that they actually took, Oliver's, the mother of Oliver's son, to come into the Arrow Cave, because it was a complication that needed to happen, because the way it was all playing out, you knew that if she didn't know, it would be drama. It was going to be drama no matter what in this episode, but with her knowing, it kind of eased her a little bit. So I was actually happy they actually allowed her to know. And I gotta say, man, Stephen Amell's acting in this episode, you gotta give the guy props. Just like Grant Gustin in The Flash, Stephen Amell, man, that ending where he's recording the video was so powerful. Brought a tear to my eye, man. He did such an amazing job, and you start to remember why Stephen Amell is so awesome as this character, especially when if you were paying attention to that scene where he's recording the video, he even chokes up, and that's where it got to me. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So yeah, props to Stephen Amell. Awesome job, man. This is why, if this show goes beyond whatever, I hope you stick around. And if the show does finish at season 5, please come back and guest star when The Flash or Legends of Tomorrow, whatever, needs you, because right now you are the Green Arrow, man. So I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. I was this close to giving it a 10 out of 10, but I really should give it a 10 out of 10. No, I'm going to give it 9.5. I don't know what it was, but they could have brought it to the next level just an inch more. But I really love this episode, so don't get me wrong why I'm giving this a 9.5 instead of a 10. This was a really strong episode. There were a little bit of maybe cringeworthy moments, but they weren't too bad to ruin the episode. The episode was great as far as I know, and I really, it was the gorilla part, okay? The part where she gets the gorilla kind of made me cringe a little bit, because you can tell it's like the director said, hey, you have to pretend you're breaking this, but don't bang it too hard, because the way she was like a robot. Anyways, that part kind of took a point off. But it's not just that part. But anyways, it was a solid episode, and a really solid episode, really great time, and it really makes me very excited for the rest of the season, which, I mean, I've been excited all season long, but this episode was definitely one of the best this season, maybe the best of the season so far. So it's looking good, and we know that it's not going to be William in the grave. I didn't think so. My money is still on Felicity, who got her legs back, by the way. I have to mention that. And that was also another reason why I took a point off, because after she got her legs back and giving crap to Oliver, it looked like it should have been a joyous moment, but instead it was like awkward, because she like got up and like left. And it was like awkward. But other than like little nitpicks like that, I mean, yeah, I love the episode. Definitely probably my favorite this season. The best directed episode of the season for sure. And until next time, guys, I'm gonna end it here before I ramble on and on how great this episode was. Take care.